Wherever you are, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Good morning, grade 5s. Wherever you are, whatever you do, I'll be right here waiting for you after this lockdown period is over. Today's lesson is going to be on skills focus, and I'm mainly interested in 2 terms. And I know it's a bit difficult at times to understand these, but I'll try and make sure that you understand so that you are able to carry out experiments next time without any difficulties. In grade 4, you learned that a test is fair when we test everything in the same way. So when you do an experiment, you must make sure that you're testing everything in the same way. You cannot give preference to one thing and not the other. So everything must be exposed to the same condition, same time, same everything. Then we call that a fair test. So before we move on, let me just talk about these 2 definitions here. Variables. Variables are factors that can affect the result in an experiment or an investigation. So these are the factors that can have an effect on our result. And then a fair test, when we talk about a fair test, we are saying when we test everything in the same way and only have one variable, then we can say that that particular test is fair. So what are we doing here? We are actually exposing whatever we are testing to the same condition except one variable. Okay, so if we have everything exposed to the same conditions and only have one variable, then we can say that our test is fair. So when we do a test, we should identify all factors that could affect our results. We must keep all factors that may affect the results the same. So if you look at all your factors, make sure that all the factors are kept the same so that the test can be deemed to be fair. We can only change one factor to see what effect it has on the results. So everything else must be kept constant except one factor. Okay, that's the only factor that you can change. And how do we know then which factor to change? We look at the aim. Okay, look at this aim to see which fruit cleans tarnished metals best. Remember, this is the experiment that we did some a week or 2 ago. And how do we know then which factor to change or which variable to change? We look at the aim. The aim will tell you which variable you need to change. Let's read this aim. Aim to see which fruit cleans tarnished metals best. So here it gives us a clue. Fruit is the only variable that we can change. Okay? The aim of an experiment is what will guide you on which variables to change. Okay, so let's go down to our experiment. I hope you remember what the experiment was about. If you've forgotten, you just go back to my slides or go back to my video and watch it again. Then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So we identified and kept the following variables constant. Remember, first of all, we looked at our experiment. What did we need? Okay, we placed all that material down. So our variables, remember, are those things that will give us the right results. So for us to get the right results, we've got to keep everything constant except one. So the first one was time. When we did that experiment, we said at the beginning that we're going to put our 5-cent coins into our fruit for 10 minutes. And we did that for all the fruit. We did not just do it for one and not the other. So we put our coins in and we timed. And we made sure that every 5-cent coin was in the fruit for 10 minutes. So we kept that time constant. Can you see? So there is our time. It was constant throughout. Then the type of coin. we decided that we're going to use the 5-cent coins. And if you come to the table here, can you see we all have 5-cent coins right across? So, which means that the 5-cent coin was kept constant. The time was also kept constant. And remember, our aim said we want to find out about the fruit. And I said that that's the only variable that you can change. So if we come down here in our table, look at our fruit. The variable is changed. Okay, we've got an apple there, we've got an orange, we've got a lemon. So there's a change there. So we change that variable so that we see the effect of that change. So in this experiment, we had 3 variables. We had the coins, we had the time, we had the fruit. Okay, so we had 3 variables because we wanted to observe the effect of the type of fruit. Okay, we wanted to see the effect of the type of fruit. That was the variable that we changed. That's why our fruit is not constant. That's why this section here is different. All right. Fine. Let's move on. If, for example, we had a different aim for that very same experiment, if our aim was to observe the effect that time has on the cleaning of tarnished metals, then we will not be concentrating on the fruit now, but we'll be concentrating on the time, and we'll play around with time to see if it's got an effect on our final result. So let's look at that. Type of coin, we still keep that constant. Okay, we've got 5, we've got 5 cents, we've got 5 cents. Fruit, we are not interested in the fruit, so keep it constant. So you've got your lemon, lemon, lemon. We've kept that one constant. But then time now, because our aim is interested in the time. How much time do we keep these coins inside the fruit? So with the first experiment, we keep it at 5 minutes. The second one, we keep it at 10 minutes. And then the third one, 15 minutes. But then because we have kept these ones the same, we will be in a position at the end of the day to actually say, time does have an effect on cleaning tarnished metals. I hope I've explained these 2 terms that are very important, variables and fair test. And next time you carry out an experiment, the first thing that you need to do is to observe the aim. The aim will tell you which variable can be changed. Here, the variable is the fruit. The fruit can be changed, and in this one, the variable that can be changed is the time. Remember at all times that if your investigation is going to be deemed fair, then you must make sure that you keep everything constant except one vector. You can change one variable, but then keep everything else the same. I hope you understand those 2 words that are very important words. There's no homework for you today. Have a good day and enjoy yourselves. See you next time. Goodbye.